guys, and welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, I'm going to be doing a kitchen deep clean. We've been stuck inside recently with all the quarantining that's going on, so I decided to tackle some dirtier places in my house. Sounds terrible that the kitchen is a dirtier spot, but to do some more deep cleaning than what I do on a weekly basis. Before I got started with my deep cleaning, I had a couple dishes that needed washed up, so I went ahead and took care of that first thing so they could dry a while. After I finished washing up the dishes, I thought to myself that I really could use a cup of cold brew, so I went ahead and made up a cup for me to drink while I was doing my cleaning. I love flavor in my coffee, so in this one I just put in some almond milk and stevia and a couple drops of peppermint extract to make a really good peppermint cold brew coffee. Alright, now that that is done, let's get started on our cleaning. I started by cleaning out the fridge. I had not done this in a little bit and it just really needed a good wipe out. The appliances in our apartment aren't ours, so this fridge has definitely seen some better days, but that doesn't mean that it can't be clean on the inside while I have it. So I started by wiping out the shelves. I took everything off and just kind of worked at reorganizing this stuff as I put it back in, got rid of some stuff that should have been cleaned or didn't need to be in the fridge anymore or was out of date. months ago, I decided I wanted our fridge to be a little bit more detailed in its organization, but I didn't want to go out and buy one of those fridge organizing kits. So I went to our local Dollar Tree and found these clear organization bins that are in my fridge now. They come with lids, but I just put the lids away in our storage room because obviously I don't need them in the refrigerator. They work great for things such as cans or sauces, or even for my eggs because I didn't have an egg organizer in my fridge, and that was something that I really wanted because we use a lot of eggs. They work great, and they were much cheaper at the time than going out and spending the money to buy a fridge organization kit. So I decided today to reorganize those bins because when I purchased them, I bought 6 of them, but to be honest, we're at the point right now where we don't need 6 in our fridge. We don't have the amount of things to fill them up, and they just end up taking up more space than what we needed. So I went ahead and took out everything out of the main part of the fridge, wiped down the shelves, wiped down the back, wiped down the sides, and wiped out the drawers. And then I got to reorganizing those little bins. So much stuff in our fridge did not have a fixed place. I don't know if you guys ever feel that way, but I just wanted certain things to have a fixed place where they always go, like leftovers or sauces, stuff like that. I keep some sauces on the door, as you can see, but I don't like all the sauces there because I like to keep our juice and milk and iced coffee and all that kind of stuff on the door. So I decided I was going to try to arrange the fridge in a way that everything kind of has a fixed place, so when I open the fridge, I'm not searching for, oh, where's my leftovers, or oh, where's this. I know automatically what part of the fridge it is in. So once I was done, I had redone the bottom shelf of the fridge and put my taller bottles and sauces down there so they didn't take up as much room in the main part of the fridge or in my organizing bins for all my small sauces. I put everything back in the fridge and ended up having lots more space and really liked how it turned out. After I was all finished cleaning out my fridge, I decided to do the same thing in my freezer. I originally wasn't going to do this, but the more I thought about it, the more I was like, it really needs it. It could really use better organization. So I went ahead and took everything out of my freezer and got started on that. I then wiped out all the shelves in my freezer and wiped off the door, trying to just get every little mark that I could off to make it so much cleaner. Once I finished wiping out my entire freezer, I started looking at my things and decided how I was going to put them back in and organize them. I decided to empty my ice out of my ice trays into one of these extra bins that I had because it will give us the possibility to store more ice instead of just only having 2 ice trays full of ice. Now we can fill up an entire bin. So I started putting everything back in the freezer and kind of thinking about how I was going to organize it. We have another deep freezer besides this small freezer, so I only keep the things I'm gonna need for like the next week or so in this freezer, and then everything else goes in the big deep freezer. So this freezer just has a little bit of this and that, a little bit of chicken, a little bit of hamburger, a little bit of sausage, but not our full amount. So I wanted to put everything at a place where I knew where it was, because I often just grab it quick before I'm getting ready to make a meal. after I got the freezer reorganized, I started next on cleaning the stove. The stove hadn't been cleaned in a while and it definitely needed a good cleaning. I needed to take all the burners out and just clean underneath, wipe everything out because it definitely gets dirty very quickly over time. I use Method cleaning products in other places in my house, but I had never used their degreaser and I had heard really good things about it, so I picked up a bottle when I knew that I was going to be doing my kitchen deep clean and used it on the stove and everywhere that just gets lots of grease, and it does a wonderful job. It's definitely a product I would recommend if you need a good natural degreaser for your kitchen. After cleaning out the stove and off the back of the stove, I decided to wipe down the hood and just get all the dust and dirt that builds up in there over time cleaned out, and so that I knew it was good and clean. After I was done with my stove area, I moved on to my microwave and got started cleaning that area. I don't know about you guys, but my microwave is something that I forget to wipe out as often as I should. I only think about it right when I'm going to use it, and if I don't do it right then normally it just gets forgotten. So I made sure this day to give this a really good cleaning since it's something that I don't do often enough. One of the final things I did in the kitchen was to wipe down all my cabinets. Since the cabinets are white, they tend to get stains or drips or any of that kind of stuff on them, and it shows really easily. So I made sure to take the time today to give them just a good wiping down and wipe down the top of the drawers, the top of the cabinets, all that kind of thing, to make sure that they were nice and clean with the rest of the kitchen. After that was done, I wiped down the counters and the backsplash in my kitchen. I had some hot water tapped with the Mrs. Meyer's all-purpose concentrate in it, and that's what I was using to do a lot of my cleaning on this day. It makes everything smell so good and so clean, and it just does a really great job. I made sure to give my sink a good wiping down because it can always use it as much as I use mine. I don't have a dishwasher, so I definitely use my sink a lot, and it definitely can use a good wipe down very, very frequently. And finally, I put my drip pans and the coils back in the stove since they were cleaned and dried off. guys so much for watching this video. I hope this video gave you some inspiration to maybe do some cleaning in some part of your house that needs a good deep cleaning. If you're new here, consider subscribing to my channel to see more videos like this one. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and be sure to drop a comment below in the comment section. I love reading comments from you guys and interacting with you as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.